And hello fellow gamers, I am back yet again playing Super Mario World. This time I'm going to play the Vanilla Dome, which is the third world in the game, using the file that I've been using in the previous two parts. So without any further ado, let's jump right on in. And by Vanilla Dome, I mean all of the levels that you're going to see on this screen right here. There's two ways to get out of the Vanilla Dome, leading to two separate paths of levels on the outside, but I don't count those. I'm going to do those separately in a separate segment. See, Oddman845 previously asked what time is it over there, and I said 10:02 p.m. And they now say it's 8 o'clock. So you must be in Pacific time. See, I can do math in my head. I can subtract 10 from 8 and get 2. How talented am I, huh? Whoa, what happened there? Did you see that? I was carrying the Buzzy Beetle, and I jumped up to get the power-up, and that somehow killed him. That was weird. I don't know if that's ever happened before. Let's dispose of that before it gets deadly. And one of these, maybe it's this block right here. Yeah, that one has a feather in it, I think. And this one is coin. And these blocks are here just in case you, it's to prevent you from getting fucked. It's in case you're big, and so you smash out these blocks up here, and the ones down here, and then say a shell drops on your head, which is possible, and now you're small, and now you can't get back out. Well, you can, because you can hit this block, and then jump up on top of this one and get back out. And with this block right here in the middle, you can still, you can jump off of that to get up over this. I'll get that just to have an extra power-up, and then go back to the shell. And use this ahead of me. Ah, shit, that was pointless. And right up there is where you get the secret path, but I'll just take the normal path this time. And haul ass right here, because this thing's falling. Otherwise you'll get your ass burned. Oh, tits. I killed one of the shells and missed the guy at the end. Ah, well. Let's see. No, this is not the level that I'm thinking of. This one is much more manageable. Burp, go away. And I want to go up here, so I'm gonna do something tricky here. Nope. Get in there. Get in there. Get out of there. Come on. There we go. See, Oddman845 says, how long are you streaming? I will stream until the end of the Vanilla Dome. So, however long that takes is how long I'm going to stream. It's probably going to be about a half hour to 45 minutes. I want to see something funny right here? I'll shove this shell right through this wall. It's a collision detection glitch. If you do this on a slope, the shell is already sort of inside the wall, so it just goes through it. As is common for my streams, this is definitely not a speed run. I'm just taking this at a leisurely pace. Trying to bounce off a thing, piss. It's trying to bounce off of something and get a lot of stars from the cutting the tape. That is Vanilla Dome 1. And into Vanilla Dome 2, which is a water level. Since it's in the water, makes sense, right? Can even do that trick right here sometimes. Not always. It's not as inclined as the other one, so it's a little harder to do it there. I want to keep my feather up there, which is why I didn't get that fire flower. Jump, 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 jump. Jump through the thing. Yep. I love that in this game. You can slide up slopes, so you can just go. Yep. They introduced sliding on slopes in Super Mario Bros. 3, but in that game you could only slide down a slope. Shit. I don't want to get that. I know what to do. I want to keep this feather, so I'll switch to this, and then I'll get this, and I'm right back to the state where I was. Now right here, key thing right here, pick up the switch, don't hit it. Take it over here and go through this wall, those coins right there. So that when you put it right here and step on it, those coins do not become a wall. And you go through this and through here. And this is how you get the secret exit. There we be. Jormor says sliding was one of my favorite mechanics in SMB3, Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, it was fun. In fact, there were some specific levels in the game where there was a slope and then a little bit of a ramp at the end. And in that special case, you could go up a slope, but what would happen is if you jumped when you got down to the bottom, you would jump off of the ramp and go flying way over. And Mario's feet would even be going brrrr. It was funny. Oddman 845 says I have to go at 8:45 your time. I might be done by then. Okay, so to get the 1-up in this Switch Palace, here's what you do. Because there's a way to get a 1-up in every Switch Palace. Just carefully walk. Shit, I'm trying not to hit the Y button. Because I didn't want to throw out a fireball and hit one of these guys. See if I can make it all the way back. Nope. If you can make it all the way back before the switch runs out, then this shell right here will come all the way back and hit this guy, and you'll get another 1-up. And oh, I forgot too. Once that shell has hit the 1-up, has earned you a 1-up, then you can spin jump onto it and get another 1-up out of it. So you could actually get 3 1-ups in that intro area right there. And there I go looking silly stomping on the switch, which I love to do. Also, for the people that are watching on the recording right now, like I said during the pre-show, which you didn't see, I am using a different mixer now than I've been using for the previous 2 segments, and so I might sound a little bit different now. Hopefully it doesn't sound worse, at least. Oddman 845 said in the pre-show that that it sounds okay, except for the mic still sounding shitty, which is the mic. The mic has not changed yet. I'm gonna probably, very likely, get a better mic. Come on, get in there. Oh, you piss biscuit. Damn it. Get up there. Damn it, get up there. Okay, so now we have the red switch palace was hit, so now we can go up this. You can also get up here with Yoshi without these blocks filled in. You can just stand under this vine block right here and jump off of Yoshi and get up here. Or if you're really slick, you can fly out of over here, like on the level below me right here. You can fly out right here and then mess with the cape and kind of catapult yourself up here to it. Burr, 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 burr. Now I'll go ahead and do this one. This is mostly a vertical level here, so there's a lot of climbing involved. I never never really go and look over on the sides of this, because a lot of these levels I've played them so many times that I memorized a particular route to get through them, and once I take that route, I forget what the rest of the level looks like. Oh shit. I was looking at the chat when I should have been looking at the screen. See, Oddman845 says, good to know when I play this on Game Boy Advance. Which I'm guessing you're referring to one or more of the tips that I've offered. So what you're supposed to do here is, this right here is the turning point to take 2 paths out of this level. To go to the secret path, you have to get up to that pipe up in the upper left. And there's a couple ways you can do it. What the game wants you to do is it wants you to wait until you get the blue switch palace so that these blocks will be filled in, and then you drop this spring on top of those and you just bounce up there. There's another way, though. You can fly off of this thing. And there you go. Watch out for the footballs. Oh, fucking piss. That was weird. Looks like I got another viewer. Welcome, viewer number 4. I have ordered the people in the chat to remove their fangs so they won't bite you, so feel free to say something. Or maybe they'll just gum you to death, I don't know. Hey. I'm jumping up the vine because I'm just that impatient. It saves like a quarter of a second. Ah, shit. Dormware is being very welcoming in the chat. He says, it's all good, folks. Positive vibes from the chat room. Always a good thing. Oddman845 says 5 viewers now. So yeah, I got another viewer. This is excellent. This is approaching my record for greatest number of simultaneous viewers, which is 7. Warp. Warp. Okay, so like I said, that right there is one of the 2 exits for the Vanilla Dome, and since I don't count the levels beyond that pipe as part of the Vanilla Dome, I'm going to go back and complete this other path here. Go back into yon swimming level and get the normal exit. Now here's a question for the more experienced viewers in the audience. Whenever you go back to a game like this and replay it, do you find it to be more difficult than you remember? Does it make you think that maybe you were actually much better at video games as a kid, and now you suck at them? Because I get that feeling all the time. Like this game, I remember being better at this game, but, I mean, not that I think I suck at it now, but I remember being able to pull off some much more cool shit. Come on through there, give me a path. I'm gonna let this turn into a star, so I can say fuck you to basically everything in this hallway here, which includes lots of these bats. As you can imagine, this would be pretty irritating without the star. Jormor says that he has the opposite problem with going back to old games. He's better now than he used to be. That's cool. However, most games I replay are strategy or open world types. Okay, so that makes sense. Because if you go back to a strategy or an open world type game, those games are much more cerebral than they are like fast reaction time and good dexterity. So it would make sense that as you get older, you get better at those kind of games because you're getting smarter. And Oddman845 says it takes about 4 months to go back to being shitty. Man, that sucks. Oh, that sucks too. I thought this was a different part of the level at the beginning. Big ass Boo right there. He's covering up a vine, so I'm going to lure him over this way. And then you basically skip the rest of this. Not the whole level, just this particular room. Hey, Mr. Tom Smith has joined us. Welcome, Tom. Tom is one of my frequent viewers and commenters. I would read what you have to say in the chat, but I'm getting attacked by giant green bubbles right now, so it's going to be a second. Okay, so you do not go in that door right there. You go over here, collect these coins, and that is the exit. Okay, Tom says, yeah, he was better at games, at all the games that he plays now, too. He was terrible at games when he was younger, so it works opposite for him, too. There is not a secret exit for that ghost house. That's the tricky thing about the ghost houses is when they have a secret exit, you can't tell that by looking at the icon on the map. You just kind of have to know and hunt for them. Tom Smith says, have you found Kid Chameleon yet, Jeremy? No, I haven't, but about once a week or so I remember that I still need to get it. And there is a flea market that I frequently go to where I look for it, and in fact any of the local used video game stores that I go to regularly, I always look for it when I go in there, and I haven't seen it yet. But as soon as I do, I'm going to grab it. And I know I could get it on eBay very easily and very cheaply. Apparently I'm just too lazy to type in the word Kid Chameleon into the search box. Okay, now, interesting thing to note right here. You can fly off of both ends of this thing. Can you? Can you fly off of the side and get to something? Yes, you can. Okay. Yes, that's where the crescent moon is. And you can also fly off of the other side of this and get to a thing up here, I think. Yes. That was kind of weird. Piss. It don't. Almost did it again. Shit! Damn. See, Tom says, sounds like you are getting closer to owning Kid Chameleon, so I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I take the suggestions from my viewers quite seriously, in fact. That Snow White game that you also suggested for me, there is indeed a flea market locally that has it, but they want 18 bucks for it. And every time I go there to look, I never manage to seem to have 18 bucks at the time. But I know where to get it now, so that's a step in the right direction. Nothing up there. Oh, I'm going to show you. I'm going to try and show you something cool here. I'm going to try and eat one of these blargs right here. That red lava dinosaur. That one's hard to get though, because of the ramps on the sides of this. You have to eat them from behind. Ah, damn. There's still more though, so maybe I can get one of them. Ah, so you gotta be fast. Ah, piss. Why it only works from behind, I don't know. I guess the blargs like it from behind, huh? Fuck. Now right here, you can fly up, and there is... Come on. It was over there. I need to fly from the opposite direction. Watch out for the munchers. And this takes you right down to the tape. Nice, huh? Tom says, I haven't been able to catch you in live in a long time, Jeremy. I've missed your live shows somehow. It's just circumstance when I see it. Actually, you haven't been missing a whole lot because I haven't been doing a whole lot of live shows. I'm doing more lately, but for the past couple of months, I've only been doing like one a week. Tom says that Snow White Happily Ever After is a real trip of a game. He's watched some blokes play it on YouTube recently and really enjoyed it. It's weird that two of the people I watch both played it recently. So Jormore says, did Yoshi in the game come before or after the live-action movie? Yoshi in the game came before the movie. The movie actually came out in... It was early 90s, but it was after this game, I'm pretty sure. Although Oddman845 is correct, the actual game called Yoshi did come out in 1991, like I say, for the NES. It was also on the Game Boy, and I don't think there was a Super NES version. I have the NES version, though. It's got good music and an interesting take on a puzzle game. On the subject of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, I have it on DVD, and it's not a great movie. I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. I think one of the reasons why so many people don't like it is because in order to take the Mario story, what little there is, and expand it into something that they could use for a movie, they took a lot of artistic license with the story, and so that's why they created all the stuff that's not anywhere even remotely in the video games, like the dinosaurs having been evolved from humans, but in a parallel dimension, on a parallel Earth, and the parallel city and the endless desert, and basically like 90% of the movie is not true to the video game series. And I think that's the main reason why people didn't really like it. And I've come to appreciate it since then, in its own bizarre way. I still definitely don't think it's a good movie, but if you're at all a video game fan, I think you should at least watch it so that you're familiar with what's going on, so that you can form an opinion about it. Damn, these friggin' pea launchers is what I'm going to call those things. They get really flaky trying to jump off of them when you get closer to the end. Oddman845 says that they need to get the Game Boy version of Yoshi. I think I have seen that locally too, so I could get that, if anything, just to hear what the music sounds like compared to the NES version. For me, music can really make or break a game. Did you hear that? That was a bug I did on purpose. When I jumped, did the spin jump there at the end and went from the cape, cube. Because I was in the air when the little fanfare started to play for winning, it changed the pitch of the spin jump sound. Man845 says the Super Mario Super Show was the best. I have the first 2 volumes of that on DVD, and I don't think that's the entire show. But last I knew, that's all that had been released. And I have watched all of it, and it's another one of those things. It's like, it's not really all that great, but it has its own kind of weird charm to it that I like. And because of that show, and because of the Mario cartoons, whenever I first heard Mario speak officially in a video game for the first time, which was in Super Mario 64, and he sounded all Italian and sounded nothing like the show, I was like, what the fuck is this? They used the wrong voice actor. This is what Mario sounds like. Piss. Trying to be a hotshot. Got my ass burned. Ooh, that was close. I'm really risking it here. Woo! Though. Damn it. As is typical, I pull off the tough stuff, and then I get fucked by the easy stuff. Man 845 says, is the cartoon part of the live action... Is it the cartoon part or the live action part, or both? What specifically? What did I like, or... Because what I'm talking about the entire show. I think the cartoon part's more so, because once they left the reality of the set, they could do much more and make it much more like the video game. Whereas when it was on the set, in the live action portion, there was much less they could do. Like Mario couldn't get power-ups, for example. They couldn't do like Bowser or Koopa Troopas. And Man 845 says Captain Lou Albano was the voice and actor for Mario in the show. Yep, indeed he was. Sucked when he died a few years ago. Tom says, I can't get used to hearing Mario talk at all. Kind of makes me cringe. I like the silent Mario video games. When they make voices, they sound too kiddywink. Extending from that concept, I do agree with you, Tom, in that I prefer video games where the hero is silent. For example, in the Zelda games, Link never speaks, not even in text. And I like it that way because, as a player, you cannot talk back to the game. And so, for me, whenever I'm playing a game and the hero character is either talking in text or in spoken dialogue, it feels weird to me. It feels like the game is doing something for me when I should be controlling what's happening on screen. The compromise between having a completely silent hero and a hero that talks without your intervention is having one like in the Paper Mario games, where if somebody asks Mario something, it'll give you a prompt and give you a few selections to choose from. And I'm okay with that because you're still controlling what Mario says. I got the halfway, so I taught y'all. If I hadn't gotten into that little secret room back in that first part, then I would not have gotten the halfway point, and I would have had to start this over from the beginning. See if I can do it. Yep. Is there something? No, there's nothing up there. I thought maybe there'd be a mushroom that would pop out up here. Guess I'm thinking of somewhere else. Oh shit, oh shit! It was further away than I thought. Tom makes a very good point. He says, I don't like video games with long cutscenes with voice acting and such, because I want to play a game, not watch a movie. I'm 100% in agreement with you. I think cutscenes should only be done to enhance the overall experience and to advance the story, and they shouldn't go on too long, because, just like you said, then it becomes more about watching the game instead of playing a game. And that's been a big complaint of mine for like the Metal Gear series. I don't know if this has changed in recent games, but I know that Metal Gear Solid 2 was notorious for this, where it would have these big-ass cutscenes in it that were like... I think a friend of mine said that there were cutscenes that were like hours long in the game, and he might have just been exaggerating, but yeah, to take control away from the player for that long, I don't think is a good idea. Holy shit, that was close. Now, for a game that gives what I think is an excellent balance of cutscenes not going on too long, cutscenes that advance the story, and cutscenes that add to the overall experience, Eternal Darkness. Like, there was so much perfect about that game, it was unbelievable. And it's a damn shame that they're not going to be making another one. And I know there was Shadows of the Eternals, which was going to be a spiritual successor, and it's had a couple of false starts, and last I knew, it didn't get the funding it needed, which is a real shame. I would have liked to have played it, but there will never be a true Eternal Darkness sequel unless Nintendo decides to do something with it, because Nintendo does still own the IP, so they could give it to another developer, or even call Silicon Knights back up and say, hey, make this. But they haven't done anything with it yet, and it's been over 10 years. I'd be surprised if they do something with it ever, and that's really a shame. And beat the shit out of Castle. Hey, Kitsune has joined us. Welcome, Kitsune. It's been a while. Yeah, Tom says that the Metal Gear games seemed like interactive movies, not games. Yeah. Not that an interactive movie of a game is necessarily a bad thing, because there was a game released recently, Until Dawn, on the PS4, and I thought that was very well done, but it didn't try to present itself as if it was a game with cutscenes. To me, it presented itself as an interactive movie, and as an interactive movie, I think it did a very good job. I think it was really cool. Oh, damn, but we were at 8 viewers for a second. Now there's 6. Well, I broke my record. That was 8. Kitsune says, you finally returned to streaming and show this super common done-to-death game? What the fuck? Oddman845 says, gotta go. Well, cool. It was nice having you on the stream. Hope to see you on another one. But Kitsune's just messing with me. I'm sure he's happy to see me on a stream and happy to see me doing this game. And he just got here, and I just completed the Vanilla Dome, and that's all I said I was going to do for the stream. So, good timing, huh? But that's going to be the end of the recording, so for the people that are watching on the recording, if you want to be notified the next time that I am live streaming, there's 2 ways that you can be notified. You can either follow me on Twitter, which you can find a link to my Twitter profile on my YouTube channel page, or you can subscribe to me and turn on notifications, either in desktop YouTube and web browser, or in YouTube Gaming on your favorite device, and that'll give you notifications. So, whenever I'm doing this the next time, I have no idea when, but hope it's going to be again sometime soon. So until then, see ya.